everybody, it's Pauline. How was your week? I hope you had a great one. I had an amazing one because the weather has been really nice. So I was able to take my bike out a few times. I was able to go for walks. It's just so nice to be in the sun. Today is another nice day, so I thought I would like to do this outside as well. This is a field outside our house. It's actually a school. Of course, it's closed right now, so I'm able to use this area, so it's really nice. So most of us have stayed at home for a month now. A month ago, I made my first video and I talked about 5 things that we could grow when we're staying home. So I thought today I would like to do a self-reflection because now the government is talking about reopening the economy. We don't know when exactly, but it's happening soon. Before we know it, we'll go back to work. So instead of telling ourselves, shoot, what have I done? It will be so much better to say, yes, I'm ready to go back to work and I didn't waste any time at all. So at least I want to tell myself that. So if you have set some goals for yourself, I encourage you to do the same. So in the first video that I made, I talked about 5 things that we could grow, and they are: first, professional skills; second, a hobby; third, relationships with the others; fourth, physical health; and fifth, finances. So let's start with the first one. So the first thing that I said we could all grow was a professional skill. So for me, it's mostly French. I said in the video that I told myself that I will be a full-time French student. So I guess I am pretty successful. I spent 4 hours on it at least, semi-full-time. I actually just finished the whole Rosetta Stone program, which is an interactive language learning program. I could use this for free because I have the Calgary Library card, which is amazing because it's such a nice program and they let you use it for free. Wow. So the program has 20 chapters. Before staying home, I think I finished half of it, but that took me around 6 or 7 months. I don't even remember. But I finished the second half in a month. That's crazy. So I'm really proud of myself, honestly. So I'm not saying that I'm a lot better, but definitely in terms of interest and motivation is a lot higher now. For example, I start messaging my friend in French, merci beaucoup Kala. When I read an article, instead of not understanding 90% of it, now I can guess maybe half of it. So definitely I'm a lot more motivated to use the language. I still have a lot to learn. For example, my pronunciation sucks. But I mean, I'm not trying to speak like a native speaker. There's no way I can do that anyway. It's too late for me to pick up the accent. But I just want to have a basic conversation and I feel pretty positive and motivated about it. The second thing that I said we could all grow was a hobby. So in the video, I talk about starting to play piano again. I have to be honest, I don't play it every day now. I still play it, but maybe not just every day. But the interesting, surprising side outcome is that once I started playing it, Trevor actually starts getting interested in it as well. So he said he wants to learn. So he has some music background. He plays bass. He was in a band before, but he doesn't read music the same way I do. So it's actually pretty positive outcome because now he is having a new hobby because of me. The third thing that I said we could all grow was relationships with the others. So in the video, I talk about making a phone call every day. I may not do that every single day, but I definitely have been spending a lot more time talking to my family and friends than I was working full-time. For example, for my mom, I used to call her once a week. Now I call her every 2 or 3 days. I also talked to my brother. Happy birthday, Kaka. Love you. We had a long chat. We played a game, so that's really nice. Of course, I talked to my friends in Canada as well. It's just easier to arrange the time. For my friends in Hong Kong, a little bit more difficult because of the time difference, but I'm getting on it because I really want to talk to as many of you as much as possible before I go back to work. So I will be in touch. The other thing that I have been insisting on doing is every Friday I would have a virtual hangout with my colleagues at work. It's just because we are such a good team, but it happened to steadily a few weeks ago that we were told to close. So I didn't even get to say goodbye to most of them. So I want to be able to stay connected and stay in touch. So it's happening today. Hopefully you guys will show up. So hopefully see you soon. The fourth thing that I said we could all grow was our physical health. So on that, I have been working out every single day, which is pretty amazing. I've never done anything like that. But it feels great being active every single day. So I finished the 30-day fitness blender program a few days ago. I started another one yesterday. And now that the weather is warmer, I can take my bike out, I can go for long walks. So I'm definitely going to be able to stay active as long as I could before going back to work. My goal is that once I get back to work, I'll be able to stay on that. It's going to be tough, but I'm going to try because it just feels great being active every single day. I hope you're doing the same. The last thing that I said in the video that we could all grow was finances. So I mentioned looking at our credit card statements and see if there's anything that we regret spending money on, and maybe we can cut it out from our budget from now on. So for me, I've identified two big areas. The first one is food delivery here in Canada. The most popular one is called Skip the Dishes, and I've seen a lot of that on our statements. So the last month has been pretty successful because we didn't order any food delivery. That's amazing because I have been cooking every day, of course. I'm hoping that when I go back to work, I will be able to stay the same. I'll be able to do more cooking now that our fridge and freezer are very well stocked. So I think we can probably do that. I will also tell you a joke here because I was telling Trevor that looks like we have been using the dishwasher a lot more often now because I've been cooking, and he said, yeah, instead of skipping the dishes, we are washing the dishes. I'm sorry, it's probably a really lame joke, but I find it pretty funny. The other category that I found I spent a lot of money on was on lattes. I think to a lot of us, a latte is not just a latte, it's also a break from work. I don't think I will be able to not buy it anymore when I go back to work, but I'm going to limit myself to maybe once a month. No, once a week. Once a month is too little. So once a week, I will see it as a treat or a reward. So that's my self-reflection. I hope you will be doing the same thing, especially if you have set some goals for yourself. The economy is going to reopen very soon. Last night I read that Saskatchewan is reopening on May 4th, so Alberta is probably going to follow suit very soon. So hopefully we'll all be able to tell ourselves that I'm ready to go back to work, and I also didn't waste any time. I made good use of the time. I work on myself. The last thing that I want to say is thank you so much for watching my videos. 4 weeks ago I made my first one. This is actually on my 5th one, and when I made the first one, basically I did it more for myself because I thought, wow, I have all the time in the world now, so I will try doing this. And the first video that I made had so many views that I didn't expect, but I know why. Because I think most people were just shocked to see me doing that because I'm always so shy and soft-spoken, so they didn't expect that and they were curious, so they clicked on it. But they didn't stay long because they got bored, and I don't blame them. So for those of you who are still watching, thank you so much. You don't know how much I appreciate it. Thank you so much. So today's French is for you. Merci pour être de grande soutien. Je l'apprécie beaucoup. À bientôt. Au revoir. Merci beaucoup.